ArsenalFanTV. Mo, turned out to be a real feisty game in the end.
Yeah.
El Neni, why was El Neni sent off? I don't know. Where I was, I didn't exactly see what caused it, but why was he sent off?
I think he had to go and pray Isha. That's the only thing I can think of, man. Just think he wanted to get an early journey into the dressing room. I've got no idea. El Neni's a calm guy as well. You know, you don't see him getting riled up. And I didn't see anything. But even on the red card for Southampton, I didn't actually see what happened there. I just heard that someone lashed out. So,
you know, I saw that one. He lashed out. He threw a punch. I mean, he was stupid to do that.
Okay, but then to me, I didn't see El Neni do anything like that. And if it was just verbals, there's very few things you can say to a referee to get a straight red. I mean, let's not forget El Neni wasn't on a yellow. And I'm here with my nephew, yeah? I can't say those things that El Neni would have had to say if he got a straight red for verbal. So I'm confused. We were talking about that earlier, saying we need to go and watch the highlights, because baffled. But
in the end, 3-2 is a good finish to the game, and 2 goals for Danny Welbeck, and he really needed that after that miss to get the winner.
Big time. I feel like Danny Welbeck has just, like, in one performance, just summed up Arsenal's season. At times brilliant, at times just absolutely laughable. But I'm happy for the guy, man. Danny Welbeck, I've never been his biggest fan. I remember that day when we signed him in the transfer window, and a lot of people were happy, and I was pretty annoyed about it, to be honest with you. And Danny Welbeck has been exactly what I expected him to be at Arsenal. And today was a classic Danny Welbeck day. It was just some good, some bad. He's never going to be a world beater, but I'm glad when it works out for him, because even if you don't rate him, you can't hate him. That's Danny Welbeck in a sentence. You know,
and listen, when you look at it from a squad point of view, he's a good player to have in your squad.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, I mean, you got that sort of forward line starting to look a good forward line when you've got Aubameyang, you've got Lacazette, you've got Welbeck. That's a good forward line. It
is definitely a good forward line, and really is now the defensive spine that we need to take care of in summer. Because for me, Czech, he's been a great player in the Premier League, and he's done well for us as well, but he's on the decline. Koscielny, his Achilles has ruined him. I think at one point he was one of the best defenders in the world and in this league, but his Achilles has ruined him. And that centre mid, that central defensive midfield spot, we have needed to sort that out for a long time, since Gilberto. So for me, it's those 3 players that we need to really get in the summer. But look, I mean, so far for Arsenal, it's been a rubbish season. Let's be honest about that. The only trophy we can win is one that we don't even want to be in. So let's be real about that as well. But the last 6 games we've won now. The last 5 games we've scored 3 or more goals. So we're on a decent spell. Hopefully we'll end the season fairly well. But it's just frustrating to watch, because I was watching it today, and you've got to be honest, we're very average. We really are. When you look at other teams, you look at Liverpool, City, United, unfortunately Tottenham as well, you look at how they play, and we're nowhere near that level. We're very clearly out of that little 6-team league. We're very clearly the worst team in that little mini 6-team league. In fact, as people are saying, we've got a mini league with Burnley now, for God's sake, and thank God we've won that. So there's the Burnley trophy. But I don't know, man. It's very depressing to be honest with you. You turn up here, Southampton are 18th in the league. They've won 2 away games all season, if I'm not wrong, and then they come and give us a game like that. Why can't we
They are fighting for their lives. Hold on, you're not just going to flatten a team like this that's fighting for their lives.
They've been fighting for their lives for a long time now. It's not like they've recently dropped in the relegation zone.
Now they're right here. I mean, there's games are running out, and they're about that. That's why that guy got sent off at the end. It's pure frustration, because they're trying to do. That's like a cup tie for them. So these are not going to be easy games when you come up against teams like that.
I don't expect it to be easy. I expect us to be able to deal with them better.
Yeah, but we did.
We won. No, we didn't. We got very lucky. We made so many defensive errors. Southampton had far too much going on in our box in that first half. We should be dominating.
But I'm just trying to say they're going to have a go, because it's not like they're going to come here and say, all right, let's just try and get away with a draw. They need 3 points, so they're going down. So
100%.
these are not easy games, because you're up against teams. This is virtually like a cup tie.
Look, the Premier League's not an easy league. There's no easy games, and especially those that are in a dogfight. I understand what you're saying, but I don't mind them having a go. They can huff and they can puff, but they shouldn't be nearly blowing the house down. Not when they come here. This should be a fortress, and quite simply, it just isn't. And again, I don't know. I heard
we lost 2 games there.
No, but the interesting thing is that we've beaten every single team at home that's below us in the league, and against those above us in the league, we've only won 1 game. And what we are at home is a flat track bully. That's all we are. We don't actually mix it with the big guns. And when it comes to away form, Southampton are probably the only team worse than us away from home in the Premier League this year. We've been shocking. There's massive, massive problems to address at this club. And, you know, the board need to take that seriously. And to me, it doesn't seem like they are taking it seriously. They're not really getting the vibe of the fans, because...
He's taking it seriously, getting rid of the manager.
Look, taking it seriously is
I always
change.
like to answer this question because
I know,
you always swerve it.
No,
so
listen, man. People say I swerve it. I've been very, very clear, right? Change has to occur. If you're not going to change personnel, if you're not going to change culture, another option is manager. Something needs to change. And
what would you change?
Listen, for me, if let's say Allegri's available, then yes, I would change a manager. If Simeone's available, yes, I would change a manager. When Pep was available, I would have changed a manager then. But I'm not going to be I'm not going to be hot-headed about it and say change a manager and next year end up with Gary Neville at the helm. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to be realistic about it. But one thing that I'm kind of frustrated about is someone was telling me that Arsene Wenger blamed the lack of numbers at the stadium on the Easter break. It's been going on for how many games now? When was the last time you looked around during the stadium?
Today again, wasn't it?
Exactly. It was like that. And we don't talk about it anymore because there's no longer a talking point. It's expected. But how many games has it been like that? Come on, like, open your eyes now. The hierarchy at the club need to open their eyes now. Something is clearly changing with the fans. And I think season ticket renewals will hopefully be that slap in the face that they need. But look, before I go, just want to say happy birthday to the little man.
Happy birthday.
Nice birthday today.
Thank you.
Cool. Cheers, Robbie.
Exciting news. There's a brand new show called A Real Football Fan Show coming to Channel 4 on Thursday the 19th of April. Then every Thursday after that till the end of the season. It's going to be broadcast at midnight and you've got to check it out. It's going to feature fans from all around the Premier League. So make sure you check it out. Hosted by myself, Robbie. We're giving you a chance to be on ArsenalFanTV and give your opinion after the game. All you got to do is WhatsApp your video and hold the camera like this. Send it straight after.